Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we are diving together into Go Battle League with Sprint Cup action. We're gonna have Trevenant upon the lead, at the back the Sealeo with the Walrein. This team has proven to be one of the best ones that I have used, perhaps the best one and the most entertaining one, because we're having not one but two Walreins at the back, one being Shadow as well with that Shadow Sealeo. So this team can apply a lot of pressure with those charge attacks. Eventually they are gonna remain with no shields at all. So let's see what we got here, because Tentacruel is gonna finish off our Walrein, but it doesn't matter. They can expect pretty much anything as our third Pokemon other than Sealeo at this point, so that's why you want to keep hidden your Sealeo so that your Walrein can do all the heavy work on the switch, so that Sealeo then can go in and start doing some solid work. However, here they got the Ferrothorn, so as you can see the battle is not over yet. They have a lot of options up against us, so I'm just gonna overfarm a lot for no reason at all. Having now the Aurora Beam, they are gonna block it, and guess what, we got one more because they're getting super greedy. Will this be enough to knock out? No, it is not, but after that final Powder Snow has passed through, so I'm hoping I can finish it off right on time. And now they have to spend some energy on that seal of mine with the Trevenant, which gives me some time now to outspeed them to the Shadow Ball, and that is gonna connect for lethal damage on the opposing Trev. You can see that this line stands a lot of times victorious against a lot of meta teams. So let's see what we got up next, because Roserade is generally a bad one for our Trevenant. We do not like that at all. We have to switch out to our Walrein here because we want to see what they have at the back. Now they switch out and they have a Sealeo of their own. Are you kidding me? Who does that? So what I want to do here is to go ahead and throw one Earthquake before fainting. So that's why I'm thinking, shall I block, shall I not? But of course I will not do that. So now my Trevenant can go in and start doing some solid work up against that Sealeo. I know that they have Aurora Beam and Body Slam. Obviously I have one Sealeo as well, so I know the moveset here. And now they go on the following Seed Bomb. Down they go, love to see it. And now let's see how they want to respond here, because I'm pretty sure that Roserade has some energy. Roserade returns with a Weather Ball. At the back they have a Lantern, which means that we might be in deep trouble over here. Anyways, we still have to pressure a lot with those seed bombs, and hopefully we can send victorious up against them with our Sealeo, but still I'm not sure about it. Thunderbolt is gonna take out my Trevenant. I was hoping that I can survive that. I cannot, but still the Body Slam can be reached. Down goes that Lantern. That was pretty clutch. Roserade now, and we can finish it off before they reach to the Leaf Storm. Into the next one now, and Mobile is perhaps the worst lead that you can get with this line. So we're just gonna go in with our Walrein and start doing some solid work up against the Claw. You know how good this Pokemon is. I have made a couple of videos about it, so be sure to check them out. But other than that, if you want to see more content about Mobile, well, PokeK is doing a lot of that stuff. Anyways, we're having now Earthquake on the shield. Doesn't matter, we're still having the upper hand here with the two shields. However, those power-up punches in combination with the power-up Fangs are gonna be a lot of troublesome for my team right now. So as you can see, definitely a core breaker for this line. However, we can still go ahead and pressure a lot with the whole team composition of ours. With a little bit of synergy, we have now a Sealed Up and that Revenant. They have a Razor Leafer at the back on the face of the Abomasnow. Down they go on one hit. Tentacruel now, so their team was relying a lot on that fast attack pressure. And now my Trevenant is gonna be able to do a lot of solid work with that Sealed Up, because we can block whatever they throw, even the acid spray. I don't care at all. And now we can go ahead and try to finish them off with a Sealeo, but we cannot. Instead, they can reach to the move, but hopefully it is the acid spray and we farm each other down at the same time. So you saw there that this Tentacruel reached to a move before we reached to a Shadow Ball, and that was crazy with our Trevenant. So I guess that was a little bit laggy, so if that lag was not at all in the game, perhaps we could win much easier. Anyways, Abomaston in the next one. This is pretty tricky for the whole team of mine, however, they still need to land that energy ball if they want to have any chance at all. We can play the guessing game correctly here. At the back they return now with a lantern, so hopefully we can have a good matchup against that lantern. Down we go to that Thunderbolt. They have of course the Trevenant at the back, and we stand victorious because our Pokemon here is just gonna dominate and they back out. Ferrothorn now up against our Trevenant, looking pretty solid with this one. At the switch we are met up with Tentacruel, and you know what, Walrein here can do a lot of solid work, especially with its defense status, because even though they can throw all those poison jabs, all those cults and the acid sprays, we can still hold on, while a simple Earthquake can definitely do the trick. Ferrothorn returns, and good news here is that I want to pressure for that CMP and we can always win it, so we can play around that because Powder Snow is gonna be registered a little bit too earlier than this Bullet Seed, which gives him some time to think, and of course I can spam more of my moves. I'm just gonna take this move now, I believe. No reason to block here, just gonna be a Power Whip. And at the back they have a Golisopod, which is pretty tricky for my line as well, because this Pokemon resists pretty much anything that Walrein is having, and of course has Shadow Claw for my Trevenant. If they had something like an Araquanid, perhaps this could be much more playable. However, Golisopod is a pretty nice Pokemon up against this line, definitely, alongside Mowile, another core breaker for this team. X-Scissor now has to be respected and of course be blocked because we got the shields, why not use them? We still got one more and perhaps I need to use it right now. Hopefully I can outspeed. No, I'm just gonna rely on my Trevenant to do the work, and yeah, that works, so we're gonna take this victory once again. Are you kidding me? Golisopod, that was crazy. So Tentacruel now in the next one, and we're having a very nice matchup here. So what I want to do in those situations is to throw the Shadow Ball straight. Hopefully it's gonna be just a CMP most of the times at least, and then go in with my Walrein. Most Tentacruels do not run Sludge Wave, which is a weird scenario, weird situation for any Tentacruel, because if I was playing the Tentacruel, which I do most of the times, well, Sludge Wave could be my priority over that acid spray. Anyways, we're gonna be able to block now that Hurricane, which means that whatever they throw here is gonna be most probably a Weather Ball, and they cannot reach another Hurricane. So down they go, we have so much energy to spare. They go in with that Ferrothorn, gonna get now to those back-to-back Icicle Spears, but first I want to pressure for that CMP just in case they want to throw. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for the overfarm and the extra mile, so I can reach now to the Earthquake for more damage than usual. Look at how low they already are, and I do not respect at all the Flash Cannon. It is gonna be just a mirror shot. Tentacruel at the back, severely hurt, Ferrothorn as well, which means now that my Sealeo is gonna do a lot of work up against their line. Gonna block the move because I can expect anything, while Ferrothorn is gonna follow the same fate like that Tentacruel. Abomaston in the next one, not the best lead, and of course one other core breaker for this line. So let's see how we can play around it, because this team, as you can see, relies a lot on general and spammy damage. They have now that Ferrothorn of their own, and of course if we can block this correctly, we can always outspeed them to the next move and of course win those CMPs. This is looking pretty promising for us, so that's why I want to play around Walrein most of the times against the Ferrothorn, especially when I want to flip around completely that bad lead scenario that I have. However, with that shield disadvantage, we are not looking that great, especially on the closing part with our Sealeo, but it doesn't matter, they're getting too greedy here, so we can reach to that final Icicle Spear and grab this early victory for this battle. Now Pelipper is going in, we have the Icicle Spear, which is gonna connect for big damage. They have to spend some energy, however they return with that Abomasnow, and you know what, I don't care at all. They can simply go ahead and finish me off here with a Weather Ball. I know they have to spend some energy in doing so because they cannot farm down. I resist those Powder Snows by a lot. So here comes now another move, this time the Weather Ball, crazy cuts on the Sealeo, and now we can reach to our Body Slam, and that Tactico here is gonna do a lot of solid work up against that Pelipper as well. However, this Pelipper has a lot of energy, can withstand the damage from the Hurricane. Yes, we can, and Sealeo is gonna reach to the Body Slam with those weird IVs. Let's get now into the final one, trainers. Trevenant against Tentacruel. You do not love to see it, but still it's kinda of a love and hate situation. We have to stay in once again, gonna reach straight to the Shadow Ball and then try to switch out to my Walrein. So by doing so, I'm pretty sure that even if they throw something like a Sludge Wave, I will be able to withstand it and still completely farm down, which is pretty neat. However, they want to bank that energy for the end game. Pretty solid play by my opponent here, and now we can go ahead and pressure a lot that Ferrothorn with my Icicle Spears. I did not get any shield out of them, so I decided to let my Walrein go down while I still have another Demi Walrein at the back, the Sealeo of course, and we can safely farm down here with my Trevenant. Just gonna reach now to my Seed Bomb after I see that they want to switch out, and it ends up being the Tentacruel returning to the battle, and you know what, I have one more red to go, so down they go, and now it's all up to my Sealeo against the Weezing. I have to reach now to the big move, to the Body Slam. Of course it's not a big move, just a cheap move, and of course if I can block here that overhit, the battle is over and we're gonna stand victorious once again. And that is gonna wrap things up for today's video, with Walrein and Sealeo teaming up for an amazing backline for your teams on Sprint Cup. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member can always help with that matter. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers!